Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Ben Rider. Today we're testing out the Sym MaxSym 400. It has 399 cc, 34 horsepower. At least that's what the dealer told me, because there's no official power indication on the Sym website. I don't know why, but that's what it's like. Yes, I just checked the papers again. Yes, it has 25 kilowatts or 34 horsepower. That is correct. One cylinder, four stroke, 4-valve engine, and it is pretty sporty actually. It has two front double disc brakes, one disc brake in the rear, and it is a pretty sporty thing. I basically about riding it, I do like it very much. The only thing that I don't like, and you will see when we get on the highway later on, is the display. It is fairly outdated, I think, and it looks kind of cheapish to me. The styling, everything is kind of nice from the outside, but from the inside it does not look so pretty. So this is the key fob. As you can see, there's only one button there to find your bike, with showing, you know, with lights that it's here and there. There's nothing else. You just have to keep it close to the scooter to ride it. You shouldn't keep it close to your cell phone, because it will actually have kind of problem. It kind of has a problem with the signal when it's too close to the cell phone. So the controls on the left hand side, we have the rear brake here, which is adjustable. The lever is adjustable in 4 positions. We have the passing light button here. We have a hazard light switch, which is different to other passing light switches. We have a high beam and low beam switch. We have a standard left and right blinker switch. We have a horn here. The traction control button, which is here. I'm sorry, I don't see anything in the display, so it's kind of difficult for me to see what you see. On the right hand side, we have the throttle. We have the other brake with the front brake, which is also adjustable in 4 positions. We have the kill switch here. We have the starter switch, and that's about it on the right hand side. Storage space wise, we have 2 cubby holes in the front, which are not lockable, but which are pretty deep actually. On the right hand side, we actually have a USB connection, and we turn we open up the seat by pressing this button here in the middle, and the seat is open. The seat surprisingly is pretty big. It is almost on par with the Forza series. One full-size, or maybe actually two full-size helmets can fit in there. It is pretty amazing. We have an OBD connection, as I can see. You have battery connection here. We have a courtesy light in there. And that's about it about seating compartment, which is pretty big. So let's get to the display. The display is fairly standard and it seems kind of cheapish to me actually. It doesn't look very high class and not 6,500 euro worth. On the left hand side you have all the indicator lights. On the right hand side you have all the indicator lights. On the left hand side you have the speedometer. On the right hand side you have the RPM counter. In the middle you have a multifunction display which shows on the left hand side the fuel level, on the right hand side the coolant temperature. Then we have a big clock in the middle which you can switch around with the right button here. You can select voltage or the clock, and down below you can use the left hand button and select the total mileage, the trip mileage and the oil mileage, and that's about it, which all the information you can see in the display here. Yes, so we're back with the Sym MaxSym 400. Actually, I saw in the papers now that it's also called 400i, so it's not really a difference to the old version in the name. Here it only says 400. I don't know what the hell is going on. But this is a new model for 2021, Euro 5. We will take it out for a little spin back to the dealer and let's see how it rides. So we turn it on like this, we push it down, move it up to the right, and then we have everything working for us already. So let's turn it on, and traction control goes off, meaning traction control is on. If you press TCS, it means traction control is deactivated. So it's very simple compared to some other brands, which is very shaky. You don't know what's going on, but this is very easy to remember. So let's go back. So the first thing that you notice when you get on the scooter is that the seating position is fairly cramped, which I don't like. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm 175 and I have already, well, I don't have problems, but it feels cramped. You know, it's a cramped seating position. You cannot really stretch. I mean, you can, but it doesn't help you much. You know, you can move your feet forward a little bit there. Or you sit like on a toilet, you feet a little bit forward, but still you don't really have much space. You cannot really stretch your legs when you're 175 like me. So if you're taller than me, you might already have a problem with this scooter. So the other thing, yeah, the seat is fairly hard. The lumbar support is fairly hard. So you know, if you want to push it a little bit backwards, it's not possible because you know you have the lumbar support there. Anyways, the mirrors are pretty nice, standard motorcycle mirrors, nothing to complain about. You can adjust them, you see everything, basically everything in the mirror. The handling is quite nice actually. I think now I keep forgetting this again. I think it has 15 and 14-inch wheels, front and left. Front and left, front and right, front and rear, damn. The handling, although the wheels are a little bit smaller than normal, you have pretty nice handling in the curves actually. The brakes are pretty nice when you do a full stop brake. When you full stop braking, it is pretty nice. It's actually pretty powerful brakes. In the rear it locks first. In the front you have two disc brakes. Actually they are pretty nice and pretty powerful, so nothing to complain. It is basically a pretty sporty scooter with a kind of a different seating position. You know, as I said before, you have to check with the dealer. You have to do a seating test there to see if it actually fits you. As I said, for me it's a little bit cramped. Anyways, let's get back to the display, to the instrument panel here, which I think is the most disturbing thing of the whole new scooter. It is pretty modern scooter. It has LED lights, it has traction control, ABS and so forth. Unfortunately, the instrument panel does not reflect that. It looks very old-fashioned, outdated. The left and right gauge it looks like a joke almost, you know, to be honest, really from the kindergarten. The middle display, LCD display, also is not the best. I mean, everything is clearly readable. Don't misunderstand me there, but it is not up to a modern day age, and also not up to the price, which costs around about 6,500 euro on the road here in Spain. So it is fairly expensive, and you can actually compare it to the Forza 350 series and to the X-Max, Yamaha X-Max 300 or 400. And these scooters, they have a much nicer instrument cluster, and if you think that's not important for you, then okay, but you know, this is what I'm keep looking at the whole day, the whole time while I'm riding the scooter, the bike. So for me this is very important, and if this is not on par with the rest of the scooter, you know, there's something missing there. Anyways, so much for that. As I said, otherwise it is a fairly modern scooter. It has a key fob, it has a keyless go system, and LED lights. So in this respect it is fairly modern. Also the power is pretty nice. It has about 5 horsepower more than the regular 300 or 350 scooter, like from Honda or from Yamaha. And I don't know if I will actually notice a difference, you know, the 5 horsepower, but it is nice to have, and it is actually the same price, a little bit priced a little bit higher than the competitors. So you have to see for yourself, you know, if it's worth it, the 5 horsepower, if it's worth it that the display or the instrument cluster is not up to standard. Yeah, so much for that. Let's go down off the hill here, and we'll go and do our 0 to 100 test, and we'll check it out on the highway a little bit, how it rides and what the wind protection is like there. Yeah, the brakes are very good, give you a good feeling of security, of safety. Nothing to complain about the brakes. Handling seems to be pretty nice as well in these roads. Of course, I don't want to go like a crazy maniac because I am not really yet familiar with the bike. Besides, if you want to see a crazy maniac, this is actually the wrong channel for you, because I don't do crazy stuff on this channel. Yeah, the suspension I do not like. I said that already in my other video, in my German video. It is very, you feel like sitting on a rabbit. But I think it's adjustable, so I don't want to complain too much about it. But you feel it when you're on the highway. You know, you got these bumps and then you jump around like a little rabbit. I don't like that. So 0 to 100.
fast. Very nice performer actually. Yeah, it is very windy today, so I cannot really say anything about the windscreen. It is basically protecting you. It's moving the wind up above your helmet, so that is good. But nevertheless, you have a lot of side wind turbulences, and today, as I said, it's very windy, so I cannot really judge about that. Yeah, the performance is very good on the road here, on the freeway, highway. It is pretty good. Unfortunately, we have some road works here or something. Yeah, I cannot say anything about the windscreen, but performance is very nice. So maybe he wants to pass, or he doesn't want to pass. So all in all, once again, a pretty nice performer. If you have the money for, you know, 6,500 euro, which is on the road price for this one, it is not too bad. Very good performer, as I said, very sporty scooter. A lot of storage space, I have to add. So if you want to compare it to the Kymco Exciting S400, which has similar power, I think. Unfortunately, the Kymco does not have much storage space. Nothing compared to this one. This is really nice. Unfortunately, the display, the instrument cluster, I do not like. I think it's totally outdated and looks cheapish to me. Other than that, a pretty nice scooter, but I think the price is actually too high for what you actually get. So I don't know. You know, if you want a sporty scooter, of course I would recommend it. But other than that, if I were in the market for a 300, 400 scooter, which I am actually at the moment, if I have saved up some money, I would definitely, I'm sorry to say this, but I would definitely not consider this, because it is just not my taste. I mean, from the outside it doesn't look too bad, but it is definitely kind of the display for me, it looks just too outdated. I don't like this. And if I pay 6,500 euro, I want to have a modern looking scooter, modern looking instrument cluster. So yeah, I would not consider this one. But you know, all the tastes are different, and since it has a big plus now, it has a big storage space underneath the seat, so that is pretty good. And yeah, that's about it. That's my verdict about the Sym MaxSym 400 2021 model year, and it has Euro 5 compliant engine. That's about it. Thanks very much for watching. This is Ben, right out. Take care. Bye bye.